This seems like the perfect place to start the vlog from Copenhagen, right in front of Hans Christian Andersen's statue. Of course, the great fairy tale teller who started, I think, with the Ugly Duckling, you could say, city many years ago. Certainly back in the 80s were the Ugly Duckling, and now they're developed into the fantastic Swan. It's a beautiful city. Hopefully I'll see the Little Mermaid statue a little bit later on and take a tour around here and see who I bump into ahead of FC Copenhagen against Manchester City in the Champions League. Second time I've been to this beautiful city. But it's not quite as cold as it was last time when it was freezing. Just behind me there is Copenhagen City Hall. I think I might have a mooch around.
We usually come with my twin brother, but
does he look like you then?
Yeah, I'm the pretty one.
He's in a pod.
Yeah, and but any true Man City fan always goes on holiday during the international break because there's no City matches on. So where did he take his wife during the international break? Copenhagen. So he can't come. His wife has said you can't come back in 2 weeks' time.
Under the thumb.
Under the thumb. Cheers.
So you've got the double benefit of coming here to watch the match.
Yes.
And seeing the city on the same visit.
Yes, yeah, we know what we're doing. Yeah, we've been here before though, obviously, Copenhagen.
And you have travelled a lot with City, haven't you?
Yeah, well, everywhere.
How many times have you been to Madrid?
10 times with City, 5 times with the men and 5 times with the women, and also the Champions League final when we didn't get there.
And sometimes with his wife.
Yeah.
And do we know who his wife is? Or
No,
She's not with me at the moment.
that person out there.
how does this compare then? I mean, you've seen so many away European trips. How does Copenhagen compare?
We just think we love everywhere we go. Yeah, we just love travelling. Yeah, it's Man City fans are the most travelled people in the country because if they go to all the away games, you get to travel all around Europe. And also we go to wherever they're playing. If they're playing in,
And we go and watch the women,
you know,
and
Hong
the men.
Kong or wherever, China, we'll go there. So
Oh,
we
you must be loaded.
yeah,
We're
retired.
not. We're not. We're retired. I'm tired.
Yeah.
With all the travelling.
Are you confident tonight then?
Yeah, definitely. I might be leaving at half time to come back to the pub. I'm that confident.
Because I'm watching it here because I'm not going.
And you've seen a lot of Haaland lookalikes, did you say?
Yes,
Yeah, Haaland lookalikes,
lots
definitely.
of there's lots of Swedish and Norwegians, Man City fans here for the game.
And a Ukrainian.
Yeah.
He's come to watch the match.
Oh, yeah. Well, let's hope that he has a good day as well then. There's obviously a lot of troubles over there.
Yeah.
So you're confident of a City victory tonight?
Definitely, no doubt about it.
If you're old enough to remember the long gone Bellevue Fun Fair, not too far away from city centre Manchester, then I suppose this is the Danish equivalent, Tivoli Gardens, with a roller coaster and all sorts of stuff in there, and it's near Halloween now, so they're having special Halloween nights as well. Maybe they're the Bobs then, if you know what the Bobs are. I don't normally look around museums on trips like this, but today I'll make a bit of an exception. It's a fabulous place. Denmark Denmark's quite an expensive place.
It is, but so that's why it's good that we've got the cans from the shop.
And that's, I was going to say, is that a Carlsberg? Because if Carlsberg did away trips, it's a bit of one.
Would, wouldn't it? Would. But yeah, so that's us today, I think.
Enjoy the game.
Yeah, you too.
Tell me what you think of Copenhagen so far.
Yeah, it's a lovely place, yeah.
Lovely.
Came last night, had a few beers and stuff. Yeah, it's nice. Bit expensive, but it's all good.
Have you seen any Copenhagen fans knocking around?
The guy in the hostel, who runs the hostel, had a Copenhagen shirt on this morning. We were talking about the game and that. He thinks he's going to get battered.
Well, I've not seen a banner like that before. You're the group that's put this together, aren't you?
We are, yeah, a group of mates. Rodri's our favourite player. He's an absolute hero, underrated legend.
So, are you expecting a big victory tonight?
Yeah, it's definitely going to be at least 3-0, probably 4-5, I reckon.
Where do you all come from?
All over.
Places.
Denton, Milton, North East.
But you come together because of City.
Yeah, we all sit together more or less. We've all known each other for a few years now, yeah.
I'm from Malmo, Sweden, living in Halmstad, Sweden, and I'm a City fan because of Sven-Göran Eriksson, the Swedish manager in 07.
Of course, Malmo, tomorrow we're going to go over the bridge,
Yeah.
the tunnel. There's a connection between Sweden and Denmark. Malmo's the neighbour city almost of Copenhagen, isn't it?
For me, who lived in Malmo before, it was half an hour it took me today because I went to my dad and stayed last night and went with the train over. It takes 30 minutes. So it's very close to one of the biggest and nicest capitals in Europe, Copenhagen is. So
Is there a growing number of City fans then in Copenhagen and Malmo? And the two
I would
countries?
say in the northern part of Europe, there are growing fans everywhere. But they're quite shy supporters, I have to say. But nowadays they're growing. So it's quite fun coming close to home to watch City play against Copenhagen during Champions League.
Does the fact that Ireland is Scandinavian make any difference to you?
Yeah, because we Scandinavians like to see ourselves like Vikings, of course. So a blonde guy, tall and big as Holland, make me feel proud as being a Scandinavian. You can't see between the borders because Sweden, Norway, Denmark, Finland, we're all the same. That's my point of view. So
We are from Iceland, living in Sweden, and I have been a City fan since 1972.
72. So you've not been a glory hunter. You've come along and watched all the
Yeah,
games.
I was the only one at school who supports City.
Why? Why?
That's a great question. I love the Bats back in 72, and I love Francis Lee, Summerby, and all the fantastic players. So maybe because of that.
What about you?
Yeah, well, I just got it from him. So
Your father and son, are you?
yeah,
Yeah.
so not much of a story like he has, but yeah, I was just born into it.
So this is a home City game for you, isn't it? Because you're from Denmark.
Yeah, it is. It is.
What does it feel like then to have your team come to your country?
Well, it's not the first time, so it's a bit different this time, I think. The first time I saw City in Denmark were like 2004 or something. I think a pre-season thing where they met versus Haderslev and Odense Boldklub at AGF Aarhus. And of course we met FC Copenhagen in 2007-8-ish. But this is different because the atmosphere here is different. It's weird. It's difficult to say what it is. It's like it's just growing on people in some way. And I just feel the enthusiasm on everybody.
Well, everybody around the world is admiring City at the moment, aren't they?
Absolutely. And I must say the Haaland effect is massive. It goes on everywhere. Everywhere you look, he's on everywhere. I can't believe it. Even my 9-year-old son, he's absolutely mad about Haaland. All he thinks of is Haaland. Everything he wants for birthday. He just has his 9-year-old birthday. All he wants was Haaland things. And and that's of course what he got. But it's of course it's massive to have City back in Denmark.
I'm guessing when you were first a City fan, it wasn't quite as cool to be a City fan, but it certainly is now, isn't it?
Yeah, I've been a City fan since '95, so it's been loads of ups and downs. And my first visit to main row was early 2000. So yeah, it's been a hell of a ride, and I just appreciate things how they are. It's amazing. I can't believe it. It's just love it. This is how it feels to be City, innit? Ups and downs, and we're on a really big roller coaster at the moment. I love it. I love it, really.
Copenhagen, and what are you thinking tonight?
Copenhagen, I think it's bloody expensive, but tonight Haaland is going to get 7.
7?
No, maybe 4.
Does it cost you a lot to come here then, or is it just the being here that's cost you a lot?
£60 return flight for Stansted, but the price of getting Stansted is more than the return flight, so...
Now you've got to pay a lot for your beer, I suppose, haven't you?
Not with these guys.
This is a pretty good spot to watch people go past, literally on a boat down below. Quite a picturesque scene here in Copenhagen. You didn't expect me not to come here, did you? You just looked at the Little Mermaid. What do you think of it? Long walk, isn't it?
Yeah, it is a long walk from the Osterport station there. It's yeah, quite a lovely little statue there. It's time for the football now, I think.
City fans behind me thought of that first half. There were 3 big VAR decisions. I'm not a big fan of VAR, particularly the third one when Gomez was sent off. It took a long time. It was so obvious for me, and I'm saying that as a City fan. It was so obvious to me that that was a foul and needed to be punished. I've looked at the replay. There's a screen just near me up in the press area here, and I've got to say that the decisions for the penalty and the Rodri goal being ruled out were also marginal. Probably right, but I'm just not a fan of VAR. 0-0 at half time. I think City are missing Bernardo Silva. I'm a big fan of Bernardo Silva. And credit to Copenhagen, who were up last week, who've not been overawed and given it a go, and their fans at this end, amazing. They've made loads of noise all the way through the game. I suppose for them I should be reasonably pleased that they've at least got a share of the spoils at the break. So 0-0 at half time. Let's see what happens in the second half. So City do just about enough to qualify for the knockout stage of the Champions League. Only 3 Seville wins, and unlikely scenario would risk it for City. So it's about going to Dortmund and trying to win the group. But what a great atmosphere inside the stadium, not least because of those home supporters. Lots of travelling City fans here as well, packing out the whole of that end. Last time I came here to Copenhagen, that was a mural, and they were building a new stand. Now it's full of City fans. So a point, down to 10 men, on to Liverpool. Let's see what reaction we get after this one.
Disappointed a little bit, but we've still not been beaten, have we?
And of course City now, I know Seville haven't played yet against Dortmund tonight, but City effectively have qualified. Unless Seville win all 3 games, it's not going to happen. They're already through, aren't they?
Yeah, they should be through now, yeah. But spoiled it a bit when Gomez was sent off, but there you go. I still don't know what the, I believe it was handball, was it?
What sort of view did you have of the Gomez incident then?
I didn't see it at all. I think you saw it, didn't you?
I think he's denied a goal scoring opportunity really, so it's harsh, but it's the rules, isn't it, and that's the way it goes.
Were you surprised Haaland didn't start tonight? Or?
I don't think it was a bad thing him not starting. I think Sunday's much bigger game, so let's keep everybody fresh for that. So I thought they did well with what we've got. I thought they would have made subs earlier. I think it was 70 minutes before we made subs because we did tie second half. But it's a long, it's a good result for us. We, couldn't beat 10 men at the end of the day, and we've done well.
Pretty drab, I thought. All that entertainment at the far end, I don't get that, but that's not football.
You're talking about the home support?
Yeah. I'm not really into it. The man with the drum and the microphone, what's that about? But we enjoyed the time here. They're nice people and all that lot. Maybe if you brought Haaland on, but we don't want to waste him. We got Liverpool at least.
So it's all about Liverpool, you think?
Yeah, I think it was.
Any fun for the experience? Please ask him how you thought about the atmosphere.
He's already said he liked it.
He didn't like it.
No, we go to watch football, not to dance.
Were you in the home end then?
No, I'm on the side.
Right.
On your right.
Yeah, so you thought it was a great atmosphere.
It was perfect.
Best save you
It was perfect. No.
It's something that causes a lot of debate. Obviously, you didn't like it either, did
Big
you?
drums, isn't it?
Because of what?
Big drums, they're just a bit boring, aren't they?
I'll give you that. It's a bit off when when the whole crowd's not in it. It's a bit off. But I say when we're all in it, it's nothing else.
The stand opposite wasn't doing it, and our end wasn't doing it. So it wasn't everybody.
It was it, yeah, but when it was perfect.
I don't know. No, sorry. Don't get it. If that's your perfect football, is to stand there and sing and dance and bang a drum, then you're not watching the football.
It's a good debate.
It's not much about football. We go if Copenhagen is shite. But so when you come, you not come, and you're playing very good, and you have your chances. I saw it football, yeah, of course. And then it was 10 versus 11, and there was even match.
You're not going with it, are you?
No, I know. Yeah, I thought I'd sing, I'll put a record on.
What we're watching, you know what I mean? They're celebrating, right? They're celebrating with 10, we've got 10 men for like, I'd guess at 70 minutes. And they're celebrating, do you know what I mean? Like they've won the European Cup. Do you know what? For the likes of me and probably yourself and people in my generation, when we're in third division up, and people like this, do you know what I mean? It makes me laugh because it shows just so how far we have come. Because we are, and I swear on my life, we say we're the best team in land on the world. All right, in about 20 years we might not be, in 10 years we might not be, but at the present time we are the best team in the land on the world. And do you know what? But it don't matter. We'll support him. If he was in the, we were supporting him in the. Our derby was Macclesfield. Do you know what I'm saying? Do you know what I mean? We was coming back to Manchester and United had played someone in the Premier League, and we was like playing Macclesfield. Do you know what I mean? Anyway, that's the way it was.
So not a bad point then.
Hey, not a bad point. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. We'll support City. We're not here just because we play good football. We're not here because we play bad football. We're here because we're Manchester City. We're fans, and that's what you are. You're brought up. You are that, and that's all I can say. And do you know what? I swear on my life, You say it's good to be a Blue. I swear on my life, I love coming round the old world and letting people know there's nothing better. Nothing better.
First goal should not have been ruled out by UEFA's rule, and so they've got it massively wrong. I don't think that Gomez should have been sent off, because that for me was not a foul. He played it, but it was a 50-50. They had hold of each other. We played it like a dead rubber because there was no pace in the game. For me, it was the worst away end I've ever been in on a European night, because there was no atmosphere, there was no singing. We tried to get it going, but we were just surrounded by foreign fans. I don't know where all the English was. We've not seen anybody in that away end that we knew until the end, where we saw 2 people that we knew. So where they all get tickets from, I don't know, unless the English fans didn't bother coming out. It's the only thing I can think of.
Well, that last debate about atmosphere was certainly interesting, wasn't it? I know there's a lot of people who don't like the way that European fans orchestrate their singing and dancing and everything, and others think it's great. So love to hear your views in the comments. Of course, I'll be at Anfield, which will be a different kettle of fish completely on Sunday, doing the vlog again. So if you missed out on the podcast, the audio podcast this weekend, make sure you listen to that as well. It was a real good one. But in the meantime, have a great City week. Thanks very much to RRG and Timpson, and to you for watching and contributing. And remember, isn't it great to be a Blue, even when City don't win? As that guy said, not always about winning, is it? It's just about being a Blue. It's great to be a Blue.